It's your girl Tart.
I'm Diamond.
And I'm Kee.
And you are listening to Clownin with My Cousins podcast, where we have candid conversations on relationships, culture, and so much more.
You know, the kind of conversations you have with your favorite cousin.
So get ready to clown with my cousins.
Hey guys.
Welcome back.
No. We on our 21st episode, by the way.
Come on, I like the number 21.
Yeah, that's dope, right? So I got a question. I don't know if y'all know, but I seen a video not too long ago on the socials, and it was, you know, the whole Ukraine thing going on with Russia and Ukraine, right? Mm-hmm. It's real sad. Well, the black people out there
are having it hard.
Yeah. The other countries are not letting black people into their countries. They're making them sit at the borders. Mm-hmm. These black people have newborn babies.
Are we talking about citizens?
It's cold.
Are we talking about citizens from over there, or people trying to get into the?
They were in Ukraine, but they're trying to.
Some of
leave.
them are students, so you know how people study abroad. Some of them are students, regardless if you're there on a visa, visiting family, or whatever the case is. Like you trying to get the fuck out. And they like, no, you can't bring your ass over here.
Yeah. Poland is letting all the white people in and making the black people sit at the border.
So, meaning the black people are trying to get back to the U.S.?
No, they're trying to get over to the
Everybody don't want to come here, bitch.
I just want to make sure I understand.
No, they're like in the Ukraine. And, you know, Russia's bombing Ukraine, so they're trying to go to like neighboring countries to get away from Ukraine, and those countries are not letting them in.
Oh, okay.
Correct. They're trying to be at the sanctions.
But are they not safe they're not safe?
Yeah, because Russia is bombing
Ukraine.
I mean, the Ukraine. What happens to the embassy? I'm confused. Don't they have an embassy too?
Yeah,
for those who have visas and this and that and the third.
Yeah, but when they're bombing, that's what they're aiming
everybody
for.
to get out. They coming for the embassy because those are the different countries uniting.
Anyway, my question.
Because at this point, somebody needs to watch the news. CNN, somebody.
I was trying to break it down for you because
she's absolutely right. This is gonna last, but she's never gonna get on.
I mind my business all the time.
That is your business because your black ass is when they come over here.
When they come here, I'll know they're here. You want to know why? Because shit'll be on fire.
Yeah, but you need to know what to do and how they gonna treat your motherfucking ass.
What you mean? I'm supposed to have to know what to do.
You pay attention to what's happening in the news.
What you think you're gonna be able to do? You think you're gonna be able to do a fire drill and just gonna be able to get away? What does it matter? What you supposed to? What you gonna do? Can you fly?
Who?
You?
I know what I can do.
What can you do?
Hear that the U.S. is now in this war and that Russia is talking about invading the fucking United States, bitch, they got to get here somehow. So some helicopters. Once they say they in there, bitch, I'm out.
Where you going?
North.
How?
Bitch, can't in a car.
You're going north in a car?
They're not coming to America like that because they know our military is A1. It's gonna be a whole different ball game with the United States.
But is our military A1?
Yeah, because our military right now is taking missiles over there to Ukraine.
I'm telling you, Russia is not going to use. They're not going to use firepower.
But we're not gonna get into the politicals.
They're gonna use. They're gonna use cyber power. They're not going to use firepower.
Yes, so Russia knows that we're weak and that we're on a cyber level. As far as
it's not going to be fire at all. It's going to be a whole different type of level.
They're not going to show the fuck up over here, nigga.
No,
you meant Compton.
I mean, I thought y'all said y'all read your Bibles. Didn't they say that the power will fall?
Yeah.
Are we supposed to be the power?
What do you think you are?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the power. I don't think the United States is the power. I think white people in general are the power.
You think they're gonna just target white people in general of the power?
What do you think is happening right now in Russia and Ukraine? It's white people against white people. Are you retarded?
But it doesn't matter regardless. So if you in Ukraine, it doesn't matter if you white or whatever color you is. You still get the consequences of everybody else.
Yes. So the power that I feel is the white people. What the fuck?
My question is, what do you think black people can do, like, to better our community to be more united, to get back to where we had each other's back? You know, when they had segregation and we had to work for each other and we had to support each other and we had to have each other's back because the white people wasn't checking for us. How can we get back to that?
We can't.
You don't think so?
No, I don't. I think
Not at all.
I think we talk about this a lot in regards to how we feel about it. But this is my whole Kee Kee, right? The whole, I want us to be united as people. I want us to love thy neighbor, this and that for, the people in our culture. But we can't get there because people are not on the same accord. I don't think we'll ever be on the same accord because we have too many selfish, stubborn people in our community. We're too conditioned to what we've been doing for us to have a change in
so that's brain. What I'm saying. What are we doing that needs to change? What can we do to change what we're doing? So what would be the opposite?
I agree with you on a lot of that, but I also believe that if we have, if something happened to where it was happening to every black person every day, we would unite.
That's bullshit because there's shit that's happening to black people every day.
I'm talking about the same thing. So, for instance, when it came to segregation, that's because no black person could walk into any white business through the motherfucking front door. So, guess what? It's not like, oh yeah, they got shot in the street. Yeah, that shit is happening every day, and we understand that. But it's black people who sitting at home who ain't being shot in the street. Do you see what I'm saying? They don't care about it until it hits their front door a lot of times. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you had a big ass event like segregation that happened, it's hitting everybody's front door at the same motherfucking time, the same one topic. Mm-hmm. Not your bills, not none of that.
So is there not topics that is hitting our front door at the same time? I.e., we don't have time for our kids. We don't have time to put our food on the table. We don't have time for this and that because we're too busy working for white America for most of us. And for those who have businesses, do not take out the time to knock on that person's door to say, hello, this is how you need to do this, and this. Let me help you with this, or that. Or hell, just let me give you some good information and follow your steps. And where you fall or where you don't get that particular step, let me help you so you can boost up. I don't necessarily have to give you my money to get you started.
But the problem is that what you're saying right now is that there are black people who have the power to do that. Mm-hmm. So that means everybody ain't in the same motherfucking boat, right? So then that's what I'm saying. It's not knocking on everybody's motherfucking door.
But you can't.
It's got to knock on everybody's door.
But we've evolved
because all it takes is one person to be able to get through, or two people to get through, and guess what? The fuck?
Well, by the time it all hits us at the same time,
but that's dying. The thing. Hello? So I understand what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is the only way that it's going to change is if something as big as hitting every last one of us, like segregation in our faces at the same time, bitch, it's not going to happen. In your case, yes, you got black people like, oh yeah, we don't have enough time for our kids. This. Everybody ain't got kids. That's first. Every black person ain't got no damn kids. We got to work to put food on the table, but we know.
No.
But at the end of the day, we all know it's not gonna be a black person who be like, all these niggas ain't going to work. But guess what? My lights got to be paid tomorrow. So guess what? Or my this. So at some point, you're gonna have people who be like, hell no, that's not big enough for me to fight for on all of us because all of our bills is due at different times, and you don't know what the fuck situation I'm in. I could be on my ass on the curb tomorrow, but if all we fighting for is less hours work, nigga, hell no, my nigga, I need all the hours I can get because my ass is gonna be on the curb. So while y'all out here fighting less hours, bitch, I'm trying to figure out I'm gonna put my shit. Do you see what I'm saying?
So again, what you're saying is that it will never happen
because unless it was something big, so given. It would have to take something humongous.
So like if Russia came over here and was like, we taking over the United States, all the black people gotta go, like. Big like that?
No, because in my mind, if all the black people gotta go, it's a lot.
We're gonna unite.
She don't wanna. For one, she don't wanna go. Did you hear it in her voice?
No. What I'm saying is,
that's when
all of us gotta go.
That's when we gotta. That's when we gonna unite.
No, listen. But if Russia said that all black people have to go, it's black people here who are okay with leaving the United States. So then, no, you're not going to have everybody band together because some people was like, hell yeah, I've been waiting to get the fuck out of this country. I can go anywhere in the fucking world.
You think just because they told you have to go, you can go over there for free? You think they're going to just bend
Nothing
the rules
is for free. Hell, you ain't over here for free. But guess what?
How many of your people have their passports, really?
But I see where you're saying it's not going to be everybody.
So you can go for free. We're taking you. You don't need a fucking passport. We're taking you.
I see where you're coming from because it's not going to be everybody. It's always going to be a few people that's, not going to be a part of the pack. But I'm talking about the majority. I'm not talking about just...
So when it comes to majority, at the end of the day, I still believe no because the majority of our people aren't awake. And when you aren't awake and you don't realize what the fuck is really happening to you in an everyday aspect, it's even for the majority of the people aren't awake.
No, fuck that. Dumb that down a little bit more and just go to something very simple. Like we can't even come together simple like with the business and the pop-ups. Women.
men against women. I hear all of these every time I get on Clubhouse. It's always a group. It's always like a room talking about women need to do this and women need to do this, and then it's always the women in a group talking about black men do this and black men do this. Like, what can we do to like unite to where we're not against each other? You get what I'm saying?
I believe that in every
you don't get what I'm saying.
I do. I believe in every set of group of people, there's bad apples. So my main thing would be like they need to have a moderation. They need to sit down and have a conversation. Mm-hmm. Like the masses of women and men need to sit down and have a conversation. But the issue is that you have bad apples. So you have people who are stubborn and stuck in their ways, and that's just it. They have that view, and no matter what you say, they're gonna be like, yeah, but even with all of that, you know what I'm saying?
Not only that, I think they have communication issues too. I think if the generations past would have taught us how to communicate with each other instead of silencing us, I think it would be different too.
But did they not try to teach us?
No, because I know the household I lived in is a child should be seen and not heard.
Yes.
If you talk, then you talking back.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of households.
So
like
a lot of households, especially black households, was A, what happens under my roof stays under my roof. That's first. And B, when grown folks is talking, kids ain't around.
And that's why we all have.
And when I say something,
traumas.
It's what I say, and it is what it is.
Is that as far back as you're going to? You feel like those were the same rules for far back in our beginning to our roots?
No. I'm just saying somewhere it.
Yeah, because when
changed.
I think back on the generations, on generations, like even when we go back to like great
we were once
grandmother,
united though.
Grandma said the same thing, even with great grandmother in their era. You know, like kids couldn't be in that. But I think the difference is that back then, black people knew that it was something to fight for. So if kids went out, especially men, little boys or men, young men, went out, their family blacked them a little more because you have to be able to make a stand. You're at an age where life is happening. And the people on the forefront of this is mainly black men. So I'm not going to tell my black ass son,
just because slavery is not here anymore, it does not mean that we were supposed to lose that thought process in raising our kids. So now we are all about, when we evolve, we're all about what we can get our kids, what we can do for our kids, also, this and that. We've lost a lot of things. We're conditioned to all of the bullshit, really. To be honest.
But I also believe that back then, people took it to the extreme. So I understand that case. Like, I'm not going to tell my son, like, oh, no, you can't go out. And I understand that for my daughter, it's going to be different, right? But what people did was, even after all of that shit, they started separating their sons from their daughters. They started treating them differently. They started treating little girls, for the most part, like, oh, no, that's not the way you're supposed to act, and let niggas run ruthless. So now that at some point, us as women, we kind of raise our daughters the same. Like, listen, you need to be able to talk up. You need to be able to speak up. You need to be able to speak your mind. Like, you're more than a pretty face. That's what we're teaching our daughters now. So now, niggas is like, what the fuck? Like, now you're challenging me on everything when my dad didn't have to go through that. You're right.
You know what?
Because the woman that raised her put her in a box.
But do you know what you're doing when you're doing that? What do you think, what happens to
letting them know that we are equal?
What do you think is going to happen to our kids?
Person.
What do you think marriage will look like for them?
I don't think there is going to be marriage.
Exactly. Take exactly what she said and how we're moving, because we are evolving. We've taken this, I keep saying it, we've taken this, we're evolving to a whole nother level, not knowing that we are destroying everything in what it was supposed to be for. I don't care what nobody says. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I don't think there's even going to be marriage by the time they get.
I mean, because it's starting now. It's a trend now.
I mean, yes, it is a trend now.
And then people
are the kids, your
kids
girls,
are already
that they do not need a man, and that man is taking that.
And the kids, that's what the kids are used. The kids are used to seeing
you don't
that.
need me, therefore we will. There will not be on us.
Yeah,
simple.
And that's what they're used to seeing too. Because I mean, that's probably the household upbringing.
That is the higher percentage in the household currently. Absolutely.
So my question again is,
I think
how can that be flipped? Do you think that could be flipped?
I don't. I think we're too far in the game.
What is gonna? I do believe that we're too far in the game, but I also believe that it's gonna take the work of everybody who has kids. Like, you have to be able to teach both your sons and your daughters, like, yes, it is okay to be functional and know everything for yourself, but also understand that there's a dynamic.
It does.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you got to be able to teach them, like, although, because we are at a place where a lot of us are saying, I don't need you. But the issue is that we still want that companionship, right? Is that, am I wrong in that? Like, we still want that companionship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you want it with your rules, your I'm entitled, right.
But that's
I'm independent, I'm evolved, and you step all the way up here, or push be gone, peasants.
Yes, that is mainly our generation, unfortunately. Let's just put
But you're continuing to teach them.
But that's what I'm saying. In order for it to change, you have to teach differently.
Then what?
That's what I'm saying. You saying teaching, but it's not what you say. It's what they see that they learn. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Kids, they learn by their environment.
Not with just in their home. It's just reality of our entire culture. So I could take it in an aspect for myself. For me, right? When I'm dating out here and I'm like, dang, I can't find a man. It's not that I can't really find a man. It's just I feel like wherever my morals are, that man is not here anymore. Okay, because of whatever else is going on. But I say
because you've seen a certain type of man growing up.
When I was taught a certain type of way. Right? Yes, I've seen a certain type of man growing up, but really more so from my teachings of my morals and how things make me feel. And I grew up into that, right? But the world that I'm around now don't understand what my morals are. So now I come across to a lot of men. She's boring. She's this. Yeah. She's that. Yeah. You know, she has too many requirements. But my requirements are simple. These are not real expectations. These are just what I presume the man was to be, which is the man who takes care of the home. Whatever he says goes as long as he's being a man. He takes out the trash. Or, you know, I take out the trash too. But he works, or he do this, or he do that. You know, okay, we're a team, we are a partnership, we are in a relationship. All of that combined. And I'm not getting that from the outside world because everything that people were teaching back in the day, they wasn't teaching the same thing, or they don't understand. Or we're at a society now where everybody's evolved, and it's either you fucking or not, right? Is it not? Mm-hmm. Or what can you? Everybody's mind frame is what can you do for me? They have taken the whole relationship portion out of the relationship.
They're not selfless anymore. Right. They're selfish. They want to know what you can do for them instead of
what can I gain from you. If I can't gain anything from you, if we can't benefit from one another, move on.
Yeah,
simple.
So there's no hope for us, period.
Like in the business portion, again, like I was stating with like the pop-ups, we can't even really support our black people. Even when we want to take our money away from the white folk and put it directly into our culture,
black dollar matters.
We really don't have a way to do that. Let me give you an example. I go with the black business. I say, hey, you know, I want to try you out. I've done like 3 of them, okay? Mm-hmm. And all 3 of them fucked me. Seriously, there's no refund on this, but you said on your website clearly that you had a refund policy. Now all of a sudden you don't have a refund policy. Okay, then we got someone who was making all these things for me, and within 2 days, everything that I bought over $100 was broke. You understand what I'm saying? So and then if I do get something from you and it does work, or if I call or have a question, your customer service is trash. So, you know what I mean? If I'm going to deal with it, then I might as well get something that at this point, I hate to say it, I might as well go with the quality. And it happens to be whoever it is. Mm-hmm. Okay? But I'm not going searching for who's black and what quality is because I'm getting screwed over too much. And then they up in their prices like they're trying to be up there, but they're not really for their people.
That is true. At least you're nice enough to try.
I did. A few times, but I'm about over it.
You don't drive?
What?
And you want to talk about United? Okay, bitch.
I'm not dealing with these niggas. What? I'm just playing. Yeah, I'll try.
It depends on what the black. So I am
if somebody texts me.
Bitch. Okay, now.
You order first.
I am very particular. Okay.
Let me know how that turned out.
Period. I am very particular with the black-owned businesses that I shop for. So just like how me and you, when we used to buy weed back in the day, bitch, we didn't just go buy no weed because it said grade 8A or 9A. No, bitch, we did our research.
Sure
so
did.
When I'm buying black, I do my research. I should be doing the same with othered people.
Yes.
But
facts.
when other people, and I can see that they own the Forbes list and all this shit, in my mind, baby, you didn't get there for no faulty ass products. You might have one or so many so often.
Yeah, nobody's perfect.
But if I'm on this black site, and I understand that they might not produce by the same mass, right? Like, they got this big manufacturing company that's manufacturing their stuff. You don't. Like, a lot of your stuff is, you know what I'm saying? And I understand that you have to build towards that. I'll support you when you get there, right? So, and that sounds bad,
because
but
in order
at the
for
end
them
of the
to
day,
get there,
we
they
also
need your
have to
dollar
understand.
amount. The only problem that I have with that is while you're getting my dollar amount, you have skipped your steps.
Yeah, because you didn't offer me a guarantee.
It doesn't even matter. You got these dollar amounts, and then you decided to go buy houses and cars and jewelry because that's what we do, versus securing your product and taking that money that you had and continue to flip it to make your product what it needs to
Putting
be.
It back into
that is
business.
the whole purpose of black people trying to support you is because we can't go out there and get this money on a flip side like them others, but if we're giving it to you, we expect for you to do what you're supposed to do,
right? Which is make your business better, for the community. I agree.
That is correct.
I agree, but you're right. People don't think about that.
No,
they want to look like
they want to skip steps, just like we're doing in our relationships.
True. Okay, Kee Kee.
Touche.
Yeah, all right.
You better.
I said I had a fucked up day today. Somebody gonna hear my truth.
Bitch.
All right. Okay, girl. I see you.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, I do get that, but it's hard because we as black people, we do have that switch. We do have that switch to where we have learned to conform in a world where we know that we have to at this point in order to survive. Because again, if not, you get the customer service with the black girl and you be like, because we're so used to the a certain type of customer service. So then when you get the black girl and that's who she is because she working for the black company, we like, who the fuck is this ghetto ass bride? But technically, for those people who have worked call center, that's who the fuck we want to be. We want to be ourselves on those calls. But we don't. We assimilate for sure.
Absolutely.
And we assimilate, and we might put your ass on mute or hold or whatever the case is, and become our person, and then we come the fuck back. But the problem is,
so why can't we do that in our black business?
Because it could be because some black businesses are like, why the fuck do we have to assimilate when that's the whole point of creeting a black business?
But you want to keep your customers, right?
Yes,
I think you really could do it in a black business as long as when people are coming to you with whatever the issues is, that you are still upholding them to, we appreciate you.
Yeah, the guarantee. You should be some type of guarantee or some type of making things right? It shouldn't be, oh well, this is the way it is and that's it.
That's correct.
No, like at this point, like even for me, like I just feel like in my regular day life, I wouldn't do that. I'd be like, you know what, damn, that's fucked up. That's my product. Okay, let me fix this for you.
Exactly.
Let me fix this for you.
You don't get that. You get attitude.
And I'm going to do some shit. You know what I'm saying? Let me go fix this for you because at the end of the day, that's my brand.
Correct.
Right. And I think that goes back to them not spending money on their business, because I think that, I mean, if you want to run a successful business, you should be trying to figure out some classes, like communication classes, customer service classes.
You gotta listen to your people too.
Exactly. You do. That too.
But I also believe that as black businesses, they are targeted by a lot of scams. Like when I look at black businesses, I see a lot of people scamming black businesses. They'll put in $60,000 and then people disappear on them. Or they do this and people they're leaving bad reviews, like as if they haven't received a product when we know damn well they have. Like, bitch, we know the games that niggas play, right? So then it hurts your business. So then you like, damn, I gotta come up with something, put something in place for me. That way I'm protecting my assets.
But that goes back to being united and trying to get back to that place.
Yes, and it's hard. Because at this point, we have moved from united to fend for self.
But you know what? Another thing, I was looking at Facebook the other day, and they were in a group, something about needing friends, or a group where if you just want to talk to people and you have a group of friends in this thing.
I don't want to be part.
So people will have like a topic, and you know how you have an opinion and you post an opinion, but every time you post an opinion, someone within your culture lashes back at you, and as if it was a direct opinion or direct comment towards them. We can't even have normal conversation is what I'm getting to in regards to that. So again, you know, us moving to higher things that we need to get accomplished just seems almost impossible.
Yeah, because social media is a whole different beast.
Yes.
Because if we was all sitting at a round table,
I think we still have some real hood folks who like the drama.
But most of them won't. Most of them won't. They'll say more online than they would in person.
So do you think we should all, as a culture, if we should just drop the social media?
We should get away from. I've been saying, when I was asked the question,
I think we should have more social events to where we can be social with each other. But yes, I agree with the drop in social media. But I think also we need to have social events to where we can talk to each other and not just.
But in those moments, it's still going to be kind of hard, because when you do have those social moments, what do we do now with those social moments? We go and we stick to the people we came with. And that's it. We don't go sit down at the other person's table like, hey, how you doing?
And if you do ask, a lot of times they're looking at you funny.
I can see Caucasian people doing that.
They do that.
I know they do that.
They definitely do that.
That's why
they literally
when we have an option to go to, a all black event versus a mixed event, we'll go to the mixed event because the vibe is going to be better.
It's going to be a social event.
Offbeat, and they're going to come and dance with us offbeat, and we're going to be okay. The judgment, everything stops, or is smaller to the percentage that we have with each other.
True. True. Because I'll pick a mixed bar any day.
Yeah, even the pool hall that we try to go to, like when we go have drinks and shit. Yeah,
and that sucks, because I really want our people to be that way. I want us to be able to go out and talk to each other.
I want to be able to see my neighbor, or not really even my neighbor. I could be driving around in your neighborhood and see your neighbor on the barbecue grill like, hey,
what y'all cooking?
I got $10. Can I get a plate?
Right.
That's what I want to do. And just pray to God they ain't got no roaches.
Watch them while they grill it. Make sure they clean.
Whatever you do, it better be a bottle of water for that bitch.
I looked over your grass and the inside of your front door.
Did you wash your meat?
Right. Now, how did you prepare this? Let me know.
Did you wash your meat?
See, that's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. We the problem.
It's us. Us bougie bitches in the community. God damn.
All alone.
I'm gonna support you here. You can still have this $10, but you keep that plate.
Right.
Y'all got cable.
Right. I go watch some TV. No, not in that house.
With the roaches. Oh my God.
Oh God. That's funny. I don't know. It's just some.
Our people are in a really, really bad spot.
It
in
is.
A really bad spot.
But I think
that goes back to, like I was telling you when I was asked that question, like, what is something that you can't go without but you hate? And when I said technology. Like, literally with technology, like, we depend on it for every fucking thing. But we also hate that shit. I don't know how many times we roll our eyes at the phone ringing, but if you don't use it, you get left the fuck behind in this world. So they make you depend on it, make you learn it, make you use it, and then you hate it. But you know that you have to do.
You are made to do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say technology.
You can't even
go
build your own house anymore and still think that you got that thing for free, because you don't.
I say technology because when I look at our parents, like half the time it took them for one of us had to teach them how to text and send emojis. When it came to a parent, if they even still text, and they still get left the fuck behind. So then you have people who finally, or people like dad don't have no social media. He don't have nothing. Mama, she even got into it a little bit, but ask her to type on a computer. She pecking. Technology is passing them. You know what I'm saying? Like, for us, we know what the fuck to do. If some shit don't go right, we know customer service numbers, we know all this shit.
It is still getting us further and further away from each other. It is dividing us.
But I believe that's what it's intended to do.
That is what it's intended. It's doing what it's supposed to do.
And that's what I was gonna say. Like, them not having it, and the world just passing them by. I mean, is it really affecting them though? Look how successful they are. Look how happy they are.
I mean, it does. Because if you work in a call center and your IT department is blowing up all day from sun up to sundown because people don't know how to reset a password when a lot of things are requiring passwords and a lot of things are requiring usernames and certain syllables. Like they're getting left behind, point, and there's no way around
that.
That
was the complaint about those. Like when my grandmother was here, you know, she didn't want to be anywhere near the technology, the internet thing. She wanted to continue to go in that building, pay her bill, this and that. Now you got it to where some jobs we don't mail checks. It's completely
right.
this,
they doing all online.
You can only pay your mail, this and this online. You know what I'm saying? They made them have computers. So it's, again, like you said, it was attended. This is attended. It's all planned out. And this is why I say another thing, you know, this is my word of the day early. For those who are still renting, find out your life, especially if you live in Oklahoma, because you're going to look up in a few years down the road, we're going to have them prices like New York and New Jersey for them raggedy homes. And they have built this gap because they are building a gap between one place and another, to where you wait too long. You continue to wait like we've been doing. You can see it. I can see it because I have been watching the market for so long that these prices are skyrocketing. Okay,
I already know.
And wages are not.
And they're skyrocketing on the houses that you would look at and be like, I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't even pay $100,000 for it. And that thing is up to $3,000. You gotta understand. You gotta get somewhere stable enough before it just gets completely out of whack.
I agree with
yeah, because the rent prices is gonna go up.
Girl, rent prices
they already going up.
Half the time they little one.
You looking at one bedrooms for
they 1 bedroom is the size of your closet.
Absolutely.
Baby. And okay, this how bougie we is, bitch. Ask me. And they asking almost $1,000 for that.
They are.
So with the space that I have now, this is why it's so hard for me to move.
You're not getting no bougie things because when we think of $1,000 for rent, we think about you gotta
living large and charge big boy, but you're not. You're not living like Baps, baby. You're not. Wild. But I'm gonna tell you something. And in those places, most likely you live into somebody who's infested, by the way, with something. Roaches, bed bugs, something.
The apartment.
You living next to a nasty.
If you paying the cheap price.
Yes. And this is the reason why it's so hard for me right now to find somewhere to move to, because the space that I have, but the apartments that I have, I've been signing a lease every 6 months, re-signing a lease every 6 months. And every time it's time for me to renew, they're going up.
Yep.
They ain't did shit different.
That's right.
But every time I renew that lease, they going up.
We started at like $400 because I want to put it out there. We've been there for quite some time, but we started at $400, and now we're at like $12. So what does that tell you?
That's crazy. And that's why I want to tell our people, don't go sell your grandma's house.
Yeah. Okay.
When you get that inheritance, you keep that. Baby, you hold that because you don't know how it's going to be in the future.
Remodel that home and
exactly. You live in there and you fix it up room by room until it's all done. And you have your house. You have a house that you don't have to pay for. You just have to pay like electricity and all the utilities.
And if your people don't have a home, I want you to invest in multi-home dwelling because it makes you money. So you can live in that motherfucker, and at this point it's one rent. But if you got 6 other apartment rooms or whatever,
or just one,
rent that whole out and get your money. Pay that shit the fuck off, move the fuck out, and continue to rent that shit. Flip some shit, move some shit. Because like you said, you can have your shit paying for you.
Yeah, you can.
Don't be out here because, again, you're going to look the fuck up. And I keep saying you, but bitch, me too. I have to remind myself constantly because it is a struggle. It is a struggle to get sucked in, especially when it's sunny outside and you ain't been outside in a long time. So listen. So don't get sucked into that shit. Like, stay on your shit. Do what the fuck you need to do because, baby, at one point in time, you're going to look the fuck up and either you're going to be left behind or your ass is going to be in the number. And I would rather be in the motherfucking number. Sitting in my chateau.
We're in a good spot in the conversation. So we talk about coming together and helping thy neighbor and this and that. And then we're talking about houses and mortgages and this and that. So
if you talking about a bitch living with me, hell no.
No. If you know someone in your, I won't say immediate circle, but someone who has the same blood as you, who has a home that all it needs to be done is to be remodeled, gutted out. There is no rent. It has not been any rent for all their life. What would make us not be able to, as a whole, go and say, hey, let me give you a helping hand or a thought or some knowledge or this and that. We want to come together and just let you know that we
I think where you, in this particular situation, I think that help has been given several times. Several times. And the thing about it is that if it's not respected and if you're not looking to continue to do the work, then at this point, it is a waste of time.
Right. And so money. Is it a waste of time? I wouldn't say, and again, certain situations you can tell if, the message is being received or not. And so it doesn't necessarily have to be. I wouldn't definitely recommend you putting in any money in regards to assisting, especially if you've tried it before and it failed you. Yes. Nobody has that. Okay. But for the knowledge, what about a sit down? What about I'm just here and open, not an intervention, not something that makes someone feel like you're coming down on them or you're judging them, but just
but if you're going to be honest with this person, and it is going to feel like that, you can't help the way somebody's going to perceive what you tell them.
I've paid rent, I've done this, I've done that, and I see that you're going out and you may want to go and get you a rent. But this is what I've seen. This is what this.
But you got it made if you just invest within where you are. But the problem is people don't understand that because people have to go out and bump their heads.
I think that's why I think people are stuck in their ways and in their beliefs, and they don't want to listen.
So so we were able to take that back to a whole again, just to confirm.
Yeah, we're not united. We are individuals,
right?
And at this point, you individually telling me some shit, I don't give a fuck about what you're talking about because your struggle ain't my struggle. And although you know what paying bills is like, in my mind,
people don't want to listen to counsel. They don't want to listen to advice. They don't want to.
People don't want you telling them what to do.
We listen to Caucasian people on a daily.
Yeah, we do. We listen to them on a daily. We listen to a lot of shit that they say. But at this point,
because our people can say one thing and white people can say
it's not necessarily racist. It did exactly what it was intended to do. The Willie Lynch syndrome is real.
Because our people can come to you and say one thing, and the white person can come and say the same exact thing, you ain't gonna hop on it until that white person comes say it.
Mm-hmm. Keep the body, take the mind.
Mm-hmm. And that's crazy to me, but it's real.
It is true. I agree wholeheartedly.
I ain't like that though. I would snarl my black people, especially if they make more money than me. What you got? What information you got?
But not only that, the way that I take information is that I don't just take your word and be like, yes, that's what it is. Hell no, I'm gonna do my research.
Right.
I'm taking keywords. I'm doing research. I'm writing shit down. Okay, well, you said this.
And everybody not like that. You go to them people that's, you want to talk to and have a sit down with. They not going to want to research and stuff because that's not in them.
Which is why a lot of black people also say that they don't help within the communities because they just like, people don't want to do the work. They want you to do all the work and then they want you to hand it over.
That's right. When people say no one's helping me, they are generally most of the time looking for
a handout.
Yeah.
And not looking for information.
And that's why it's hard when you talk to people and be like, hey, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that, because they looking at you like, I heard and seen this shit before.
One thing about it though, and I have tried on so many different occasions, is trying to, with I don't know what they're called. They're not really podcasts, but they have a group of people who listen to them, speaking about what it is that they're doing and how they did what they did. Mm-hmm. But they really just give a story, and there's no one there to walk you through those steps. So then when you're, like, if you're going through the steps that they told you to do and you get to that one step where you are confused, you can't email that person and ask them for anything because that wasn't their intent.
Yeah.
And so then when you get stuck, what do? I mean, you can try to research it all day long, but clearly you researched it to where you couldn't figure it out. So you decided to go and listen to someone, or you decided to do this or that. Mm-hmm. But if you can't get no help from there, you get stuck, what are you going to do? You kind of stop the process, right? Or you keep trying, but...
Yeah, because it just depends on the type of person you are, because I'm the type of person, I'm going to keep trying until I find something. And it ain't even at the same time, it ain't even got to be for, like I say, like we talking about, not even from our people. Maybe the white man got the answer. You know what I'm saying?
If I can't find it in my people, for their intellect, and I'm getting that.
Yeah,
they're charging you to get the information in which how they got
because they had to, the game ain't free. Exactly, they had to work butt off to get that information.
And if I just give you the game and you don't go through it, then you're taking the same journey as me, and you need to have your own journey because you're going to appreciate your own journey more than you're going to appreciate mine. And not only that,
my information might be what the information to take you beyond me.
I can give you advice, but like you said, when they're telling the story, I don't have to give you every single detail because things change over the years, right? But not only that, you need to experience. You need to know what to go in there and say. You need to be able to prepare for yourself because you aren't me. Right? And just because you failure is not a stop. Failure is to lead you into another direction to try another way.
Yeah, but the reason why at this point that I'm reaching out to, because if I've done all my research and I am now reaching out to someone else who has done it or whatever the case is, if you are trying to teach me or tell me how to go, you're missing important steps by telling me because you want me to figure it out on my own.
Yeah, but the main step that you're missing is the drive that I had. I had to drive. And my drive might not be the same as your fucking drive.
Maybe what you have more education or more smart than I did in regards to getting there.
But education at this point and knowledge is out there. So you need to be able to do something. I can't give you everything. What are you going to do?
Yeah, you can't. Even if you take every single step that she tells you,
you might not even get the same fucking result. It ain't going to look the
same. Yeah, it ain't going to look the same.
But it's not to look the same, but it's at least to give you some type of understanding. Because for me, I can go in like I have done and look online or go do the research or read a book and all of this thing because I don't speak in, literal term. My vocabulary is not as good as it probably should be in regards to all these big words. So then here I am. I'm playing with the dictionary on these words. I'm losing focus on what it is that I'm trying to do, but I'm trying to get there and I'm doing it. But I need someone who can speak my language, who can tell me what it is that I am needing to do, what I need to research.
So what you want somebody to do is to come down to where you are.
What I need to
instead of elevating yourself to where they were.
Because I wasn't as smart as them.
So why don't you continue to do your research and continue to look things up in the dictionary? Because at this point, it's going to enlighten you.
And if it never does, then it just wasn't for me.
Then at this point, you're going to find your path because at this point, you're researching and you're in it. No. You have that drive.
No.
You have the drive to understand it. At some time, it's going to click.
Yeah, if it's a passion of yours and you want, and it's something that you want, that's something that's, you're going to make it work, basically. That's how I feel. Because, even with the investing stuff, when I first started that, girl, that was Chinese. But I just kept studying. I kept looking. I kept watching videos. And then finally I was like, okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. Okay, let me take this step and let me try this. Oh, they got paper trading. Let me act like I got $1 million and see if I can do some trades and see if I can get some.
And if you're not willing to experiment,
I don't understand that. So yes, I went on the same journey as you did when it came to stocks. And I looked and I researched and I pulled this up and I went and got the books and I did this and I did that. And it never, out of all of that, it never clicked.
But you talked to somebody though, right?
To go and speak to someone who was very dear to me. It was on one-on-one. He appreciated who I was. I couldn't just go out there in the streets and find somebody who did it and they talk to me because it's not going to make sense because they're skipping steps. More than likely, they don't want me to have that information. But I went to somebody who was dear to me and he done that all the way there. Wait. He dumbed it all the way down to where I understood. When I understood, I took the information that he gave me. I went back to all my resources that I went and I looked up the books, the internet, whatever the case is, and the information that he gave me. I was able to interpret what he said with the words that they was to be able to continue on that journey. I didn't use him as a crutch and continue to come to him like, hey, what's this? Unless I got to a point where I have knowledge myself or how he presented it to me and got it to be able to interpret what I was not getting, and then I had to come back to him again because it got to another level.
So that's what I'm saying. You did what you had to do in order to figure it out. That's what I'm saying.
But it was by
nobody said people aren't resources. Just because you go to one person who did it a certain way, they're not the only person who is successful. You can use any person, and some person might be like, you know what, this is where you need to go. They might dumb it down for you, but if you're looking for that one person to come to you and be like, and give you that whole game, girl, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, you just got to be open to find, and that might just be
having conversations. What is it called?
Groups. That might be the way you learn. You might be your learning language. I don't know what it's called. It might be to have somebody talk to you and explain things to you. You might not be the type to want to learn off of reading and researching and stuff. That's what I'm saying. People learn different, because I'm the type, I can't sit here. You can't sit here and talk. I'm not. Tomorrow, what was we talking about?
Exactly.
But if I'm reading it in a book, you know what I'm saying, or if I'm like studying and stuff like that, that's how I learn. Because that's just.
And I'm an all around learner depending on what it is. Mm-hmm. So I can listen to a video and be like, I get that shit. Mm-hmm. I get that shit. I can read and be like, I get that shit. Mm-hmm. And you can show me some shit and I be like, okay, I can do that shit. But on some of that shit, hell no. Like, for instance, when it comes to tools. Mm-hmm. And building, I can't read that shit, but if you show me, I can do it. So it depends on what it is for me, which I can see if you're on a journey and it's taking different types of things to get different shit done, and it's one of the things where you're stuck at, and because it's not your learning in that particular area, then I get that. I can understand that. But again, using groups, using settings, even people, because at that point you should still be trying to surround yourself with like-minded people, because something that she might know.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? You be able to, because y'all trying to get to the same place.
Yeah,
I agree.
So it ain't always relying on the person who's already there. Sometimes you got to get with people, and you got to network. Networking is real. That shit is real as fuck.
Okay, so what do y'all do about What do y'all do about, like, if somebody, like, bad advice? Let me give you an example.
Okay. Oh, we like these.
So, I leveled up in my tax bracket, right? So.
Okay, bitch.
Okay, check me out.
And that's on period, boo.
So, I'm talking to a tax person, and they basically tell me that if you get any more raises, you're going to owe the government for your taxes. So
don't take a raise.
That's basically what they was telling me.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I understand that sir, that with more money comes more problems. We would talk that from a young age, and at this point, at the end of the day, instead of telling me not to take more raises, teach me tax breaks.
That's the same thing I was thinking.
Who the fuck is going to deter me from making more money when you can tell me about tax breaks? Because, bitch, we all know that there's loopholes.
I said, that's why women stay on welfare, because people really be telling them, like, no, you don't need to make no more money, no more money, because you ain't going to get your check no more. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy.
Instead of telling you, keep your receipts from when your car is being fixed and all of this, and you can claim that shit the fuck back. You can use this. You can use your children. And each child, you can at least claim, what is it, $1,600 or something like that?
You can use your cell phone
per child.
You can use your laptop.
But they don't tell you the loophole.
Exactly.
They would rather tell you, oh no, don't make no more money.
You should.
Because they're going to take from you, because I'm not going to tell you how to get tax breaks. Even though I know how to do it. And if I don't know how to do it, then at some point, I shouldn't be trusting you as a tax advisor, because at some point I have to level up and you don't have it.
Exactly.
And you stop learning for yourself.
Exactly. Okay, I was just making sure I wasn't tripping, because I was like,
either cut that bitch.
Are you telling me to get a new job?
Okay, because this bitch don't ride a Mercedes for nothing.
That's not happening.
Bitch, who are you talking about? Don't take a raise, bitch. What?
I get 2 every year, and I'll be dang.
Yes. And that payback is
I said, I'll figure it. I said, you know what? We gonna be cool this year, but I'm gonna figure something out next year, because you ain't the one.
Like, how dare you tell me not to take a raise?
Instead of telling me, like, you know what, this is what you're gonna need to do for next year.
But what you should have asked that person is you gonna charge me the same amount every year for the next 20 years? Hell no. You're gonna go up on your price.
Exactly.
So you gonna give yourself a raise and they gonna put you in a different tax bracket? Bitch, you better fall the fuck. What the fuck you gonna do? You gonna take that motherfucking raise. Quit playing with me.
Exactly. That's why I was like, no.
You can see it for yourself, but you can't see it for me, bitch. Then we ain't in the same. We don't have the same vision, which means that you can't work on my shit.
So when I call y'all and say it's a little money conference and we need to go, I'm looking for a man that knows how to do that.
Man, praise that.
We gotta be cute, okay? Because I need a tax professional.
Okay, bitch, let's go with it.
We might learn something while we in there.
Okay.
I had to
And
get you,
teach
man.
some things. We might learn and teach you that much. Okay.
Oh my gosh, for real though, because you can't tell that it really tripped me out because I was like, because she didn't say it, but I just felt like that was the vibe.
That's what she said.
She said
That's
it.
what she said.
So
Bitch,
I
she
was
said
like,
it. If you said it to me like that, and I said that bitch told you not taking no race, and you took that same thing, and you said that's what the fuck I said, bitch. She said it.
Exactly.
That bitch said that shit in so many words.
In the pudding.
That bitch went around in circles for you to catch it. You got it.
I mean, why would you tell somebody that? That's why it's really people out there like that. That is crazy. Like, no. You can't put a cap
instead
on
of
my
looking
money.
for resources because they know that they're out here because they ain't nobody telling them other people not to get no raise.
I said, ma'am, if Donald Trump can pay $75 in taxes within the last 5 to 10 years, I'm gonna figure something out.
Okay.
I'm gonna figure something
last time I
out.
checked, he was still walking them streets.
What?
Oh, okay.
Still a millionaire.
Free at last.
Oh,
See, free.
yay.
I said, oh yeah, no,
Exactly.
I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out.
Cause in my mind, he ain't the only one who walking. He done trained his kids and everybody.
No, he ain't the only.
course.
Somebody taught him.
Because they stick
Period.
together.
Somebody taught the fuck him.
Somebody taught him. He ain't the only one.
That's what I'm saying. If I can get me a friend who worked for the IRS and you can teach me, because at this point you work for the IRS. You work for the Internal Revenue Service. But you gotta know the ins and outs because at this point it's your job. So when some shit come across your motherfucking desk, you gotta be able to interpret. I need you. I'm talking to you out there. I need you.
Mr. IRS man.
Okay.
All right.
Okay? Listen. We need you.
For real.
Your
though.
community needs you.
Okay. You the one that's gonna
Because
get us,
as they
get us in
continue to
there.
talk about us on television, how we are on welfare, and the majority of their people are on welfare as well.
Exactly.
And how we just want to use the system. We need to be able to elevate and show them that, baby, we don't need the system. What we needed was the game. And since now we have the game and we have someone on the inside giving us the game, bitch, guess what? We done got the game and ran.
Well, don't tell them that, girl. That'll be their next move of intent.
Well, at that point, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Discrimination lawsuit, baby. Let me tell you something. There's lawyers out here, baby. Know how to play your part.
No, they gonna get the ones that is skin tone black, inside white. When you see them, they see them too. They know which ones they out there.
Girl.
What's her name? That Trump fan. What's her name?
Candace Owens.
Is that the girl from Clueless?
Oh, no. You talking about
Stacey.
Oh, Stacey.
I mean, but
Miss
she ain't the only
I know
one
she not.
going for Trump because
I
at
know
this
she
point they see a whole nother ball game coming.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think it's gonna be a whole switch come this next election.
I can tell you right now that because I know he's gonna run again, he's not gonna win. He's not gonna have. It's not sad because at this point you got up there and made campaign promises to a group of people who went out there and put your ass in office.
You talking about
Biden?
Biden?
Yeah,
I don't think he's gonna.
He's not.
I don't think so.
Hell no.
I think
I'm not even voting for him.
From what I know.
If Kanye on the ballot, I'm with Tart. I'm with Kanye. Bitch, if you ain't seen the documentary and you ain't paying attention,
I
like
it.
I've been watching TikTok and they've been praising.
Is it good?
Bitch.
I've
I've been watching TikToks and they have been praising Kanye. They like, this dude is a genius. Everybody from Jamie Foxx to everybody.
I think.
y'all was calling me crazy.
No,
He is crazy. Now listen, Kanye do some out of the wall shit. He crazy.
He do.
But I think that there's a method to his madness, and I
there is a method.
I think he's
to his madness.
intelligent. I think
I've always thought he was intelligent.
He is beyond himself.
I think that he's still within his old soul. Somebody raised that man correctly, but he still got some, like you said, some real problems.
He got some real problems, but at this point, you would have real problems too if your ass was awoke and everybody else looking at your ass like you got motherfucking problems. Okay, well at this point, let me make some noise because I'm gonna attract somebody. Somebody gonna motherfucking listen.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you gotta know that in my brain, regardless of you voting for him, they not having it.
No, they're not.
They not
having it.
They
not
not
happening.
Trump will win before Kanye.
But not only that, they not having it. We not having it because at the end of the day, if all of us was having it, they wouldn't have no choice but to have it.
I think the people are still human, regardless if they're president or not. And I think that Biden has done as much as he can possibly do. I mean, I think about his age.
What do you think he's done?
I think about.
Can you tell me what he's done?
He's calmed down your pandemic, I believe. I believe he helped with that.
He calmed down a pandemic.
Yeah, that they started, but I still believe that he calmed it down.
You mean the same man?
I believe that he had good intentions.
What's so calm about
I think that he did have good intentions with the student loan, and he decided. I believe that he follows the rules. You just mad because it didn't get to go through. I don't think that he. I think.
Girl, thank you. I don't think it's just me, bitch. It's not. I want to address your first issue with the COVID.
How many?
Girl,
you
shut
got
the fuck up.
extensions. You don't have to worry about nobody garnishing you at this moment. But in my brain, he didn't have the power. He might have had the power, but he wanted to follow the rules, and the rules said
Whose
no.
rules?
Whoever the rules are. I'm not that political.
I mean, if you're the chief of the country, then whose rules do you have to follow?
You're going off of what Trump did. Trump did what the fuck he wanted to do.
I need a president like that.
No,
and in my mind, if Yee got in there, Yee gonna do exactly the fuck that.
Yes, he's not gonna.
I need one of them.
He won't be in there long.
Fuck what the fuck they think. I'ma do what is necessary. Fuck what they want. I'ma do what's necessary.
He's not gonna be there long.
Furthermore,
it doesn't even.
When Trump got in office, he was like, "Do this." I'm like, "That's exactly."
That nigga didn't even have a pen. He had a stamp. Get that shit out. Get that shit out. Get that shit out. That nigga had a stamp. Bitch, we was at home sitting on that couch and they said Trump has launched missile season. He has done this. He has approved some shit. We was like, oh shit, we had war, nigga. And they was like, who did he talk to? Nigga, the city, the house. Everybody's like, he didn't talk to none of us. And when that nigga got on the mic, he said, I felt like it was the best thing that we could have done. I made an executive order.
And no apologies. None.
And we will continue to do what is necessary. No further questions. And if the same bitch asks a question, he would critique that bitch. Bitch, go fix your skirt, hoe.
Oh my gosh.
God damn.
Oh man, that president, that was something else. Anyways,
he was definitely something else. Now, I don't want anybody to think that I have ever been a Trump fan.
Oh no.
But with the nigga shit that motherfucker did, because he did real nigga shit. Yeah. That's the shit that we be looking for.
Yeah, but
when
he
it comes
only
to people,
gets away with it because of one thing and one thing only.
Because we don't stick together.
For the money.
That's it. That's the only reason he get away with it is because we do not stick together. Because if black people sat together and they held down that political party and they got somebody in there that they wanted and they held him down, no matter the fuck what, bitch, we would get away with it too.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have more than one black political party in there. That's for damn sure.
Well, we only need one black political party. More than one black political party, bitch, we're gonna have a problem. You splitting the black party.
Oh, that's gonna be wild.
One black political party.
That's gonna be wild. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they know we hold the vote. Yes. They know we hold the vote.
That's why they hold the vote. We hold.
That's why they pander us every election. Mm-hmm. That's why they always.
We're gonna talk about police reform. They don't give a fuck about police reform.
Swag, get out of here.
We're gonna talk about student loans. They know that shit affect us.
They know, because they.
We're gonna talk about minimum wage, bitch. You know we need more money
to keep us grounded anyway.
We're gonna talk about the housing market, bitch. You know we want houses.
Yeah, exactly. They know how to pander to us, and we fall for it every time.
I mean, what other options do you have?
None.
Exactly.
You do.
You go with
you
the
get
best,
an independent party. You unite. You get an independent motherfucking party. You get a representative who you feel like was gonna get in there and represent us to the best ability.
But
everybody is not going to fucking agree.
We've already said we can't unify.
Exactly.
I know. Fuck you, niggas. Fuck you, niggas.
You always come when I'm ready to come where it needs to be. But what she said.
I know, but I just wanted to happen so bad in my heart.
I do too.
I have the hope, nigga. It's the hope. Lord, I'm on faith. I'm walking out there on faith.
I do too.
Lord, I need you to create them. Make them whole. Give it to somebody. Make them come forward. Make us listen.
Oh, word up. For real though. I mean,
Jesus.
If you go outside right now and some black person hit your car,
a whole flip. A whole flip.
Because the Lord I know.
You didn't get out and say, "Are you okay?"
Go show.
You got out and looked at your car and said, "What the fuck?
What was you doing? What was you doing? How? How did you do this? How did you do this? Was you not looking?
Exactly. We a long way.
It ain't gonna be no "Are you okay?"
You don't think I was okay?
I'm falling out in the floor. Oh my God!
Because we bet our money.
Look what you did.
Hey, don't say that on there.
Right. Hey.
That's insurance fraud. They gonna think that you making this shit up every time.
I'm gonna need you to cut that part out.
Listen.
They ain't giving their secrets. We ain't giving ours. Have a good day.
Man, our secret has been exposed a long time ago. Shit, we don't really care for.
That's why they got all these new rules about what you can do and what you can't do.
Hell yeah.
Stop
because
talking.
they can because we talk too.
That's why I said just stop. We just gotta stop talking.
Niggas, come alive, bro. Anywho.
Yeah. Anyways.
I don't know how we got on. Oh, because you said he did a lot for us. He didn't do shit for us.
Yeah.
Please. I'm serious about the cut because
I still got too long. Bitch, you thought he did so much for you when Saturday May called you the other day. Bitch, you answered.
Yeah, bitch, because
and that bitch said, your loans are restarting.
And I said, hey, man. I said, hey, didn't your president restart it for starting? It's good till May. She gonna say no. That's student. That's ED. That's not Navient. I said, oh. Well, what can I do with you, Navient? Because I'm late.
Yeah, but you answered thinking that you was gonna get clean.
Because you don't get to garnish
clear your ass. They thought you was gonna clear your ass.
No checks or no nothing. I called and say, hey, I'm willing.
You need to research that because I don't think that's right.
That's what she said. And I asked a few times. Actually, I called a few times because I wasn't satisfied with my answer. And I got the same answer, the same.
Because even when I talked to my financial advisor, she said all student loans was deferred until May.
Yeah, they are, because that's the thing. She lying. She's trying to get a payment.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm like,
they got
you need to.
They got it on my credit.
After May.
And I had to get it off my credit because it's messing up my line of credit, and that shit pissed me off.
That shit should be because they should be putting your shit in every month as paid on time.
Yeah, when you're deferred.
No, because of this pandemic.
When you're on the pandemic, but they are stating that their loan is not a part.
They are lying.
Oh well, 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them lied. What can I do?
You want me to ask my financial advisor to look?
Because
I can tell her that they called me and said that my stuff is old, and she'll look it up.
Yeah, but I didn't have them transfer the loans now. So
because they send me emails all the time, and they say based on the administration and the blah blah blah, they're not due until May. It was pushed out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I brought it up on the conversation. Well, I don't understand why you got me late on my credit when I'm on a plane.
Yeah, you need to look into that because if that's the case, girl, you could possibly go back and sue them.
Yep, and they will wipe all your student loans.
I'm calling tomorrow.
Girl, you better play your game right.
You better look.
2 snaps up, 3 snaps down.
You better look, because if they mess up
your fucking crown.
If they mess up any on your loans, they have to wipe your loans out, bro.
Yeah, they have to
look it up
because at this point they don't know what they done fucked up on and what they did.
Yep. Look it up.
Clear them bitches.
Clear them all. I'm right behind.
Why you at it? Yeah, no. Why you at it? Why you at it? Give them my social too. We can do a class action, bitch. At this point, let's do it. They called me to harass a man.
Exactly.
And I told them they weren't even my loan servicer.
Because you say you have Navient. I have Navient, so.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out where it was.
EDU.
Yeah, so does mine.
Mine does too.
But it doesn't say Navient.
It was actually Navient. Yeah. And then the same thing with Navient.
Mine is like, Great Lakes.
I thought I was completely up to date, but then Navient was just like, no. Advantage has 3 of your loans, and we have the other loans. I'm trying to figure out.
Advantage is Navient.
Oh, is it?
Yes, I guess. Is it?
Yeah, because right under them it says Navient.
Yeah, it does.
Navient. So in my mind,
but they merged. Did they merge or they took over?
I don't give a fuck if they
merged or not. I don't know
at
this point.
Regardless, if both of y'all names is on that bitch and you're Navient,
it don't matter if all student loans are deferred. You need to look so they can wipe your stuff out. Because
girl, that is a freedom that we all looking for.
Okay, you better I know my financial advisor about sick of me and my student loans.
I got $57,000 worth of student loans, bitch. 50 with no degree. 57,000.
I'm higher than you, sweetie.
I'm higher than you too.
Damn, both.
But I got a degree.
I knew she was gonna do it. That's what I tried to say before her, but I wasn't close enough to the mic. Wrap it up, baby.
All right, yeah. What's y'all's final thoughts?
We need to learn unity. We really do need to come together, or we are possibly setting ourselves up for failure.
Wake up. Wake the fuck up. That's all I gotta say. Wake up. I know I still got some waking up to do, but wake the fuck up.
Well, I just want to say, get therapy. I think it all starts with healing, healing and communication. And if you ain't willing to work on yourself to get better, it ain't gonna be no unity. Period. So that's all I got to say. All right.
Be selfish. Be
selfless.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the Clownin with My Cousins podcast.
Make sure you check us out on all of our social media platforms.
Got something you want to discuss? Hit us up in the DM.
Bye.
Bye.